Hi, beautiful. This is Karen McMullen here with a video for those in human design with emotional authority who are going through a low in their emotional wave. This is a survival guide for how to get through this low. And if you are there right now, I feel you. I have emotional authority and I have just recently received some tragic news and I'm processing it and just going through my own low, which is what inspired me to create this video. So I understand how painful it can be when you are in the grips of a very low emotional wave. And yeah, even though you might know logically how to handle that, it's like when you're in it, it's so hard to do those things that are going to really support you to make it through. And that's why I created this video, so that you can come back to this whenever you need to and just get that little reminder and some comfort that you're going to make it through this, and some tips on how to do that. So today I'm just going to go through what is the emotional wave, and then some suggestions and guiding principles for how to approach a low, and then some tips on surviving it, and then I'll share something kind of special at the end to help you get through. This video is for anyone that has a defined solar plexus in human design. So when you look up your human design chart for free, you'll see that the solar plexus center is colored in. If you have an undefined solar plexus, it does mean that you can still go through deep lows, and especially if you have any individual circuitry in your chart, individuals are prone to going through periods of melancholy. So it's not that people with an undefined solar plexus don't go through deep lows as well. It's just that the approach to it is a little different because they don't actually need to process the emotion in the same way that someone with a defined solar plexus does. If you have any of the channels coming out of the solar plexus defined, you go through emotional highs and emotional lows. And the common thought in human design is that when you are in an emotional low, it's just chemistry, and that you don't need to really even give it meaning. You just need to understand that you are seeing the world through the lens of an emotional low. I personally do not agree with this. I believe, and from my own experience has taught me, that there is meaning to emotional lows, and sometimes like there's a reason why you feel really bad. There's a reason why you feel low. You can get news that just absolutely destroys your world and breaks your heart, and when that happens, you have to process everything about that to get through to the other side. My greatest insights and awarenesses that I have had have come from my lowest lows, and my willingness to participate with that, to excavate a deeper understanding and deeper truth. And that is the reason why I am a teacher, why I channel, and also why I am a healer, is because of that awareness that I have gained in my lowest low moments. So I see it as an essential part of the richness of who I am and what I have to offer, and also the creativity that has emerged out of those low lows. I do see that sometimes it is really just chemistry, and that we don't necessarily need to add meaning to our emotions. That said, when you're really in the grips of those low lows, it can seem absolutely suffocating. It can feel impossible on how to make it through. It can seem like your world is coming to an end and you just don't know how you're going to make it. So here are some guiding principles that I would like to offer you for those moments. The first is to remind yourself that this depth of pain is only temporary and it will not last forever. Number two, the more fully I bring my presence to meet the emotion, the sooner I receive the awareness that the emotion is trying to show me, and then as a result, the emotion can process and then release. So bringing your full presence to the experience of the emotion is essential, and that requires time and space as well as some helpful tools, and we'll get into that in a minute. The opposite of this principle is also true. If I do not bring my presence to my emotions and I move more into a distraction or any kind of addiction, instead of feeling the emotion and allowing the awareness to come, then the more that awareness is delayed, and then it just stretches out the experience of processing the emotion, and you can really get into a place of stagnancy and stuckness with this kind of low level pain that's unresolved. And third, the moment that you are in a low is a cue to turn your attention towards self-care and resourcing yourself. Another guiding principle is you are not a victim. You are not a victim, even though you might feel like a victim, even though the feelings are strong and you might not feel strong. You are not a victim, and feeling can lead to your empowerment. And so that's where you're going with this, especially if you have a lot of individual circuitry. You're here to be empowered. I mean, we all are here to be empowered, but especially if you have individual circuitry, or if you're a manifester or a manifesting generator, you'll carry that energy even more. And that's kind of the other side that you're here to move through and into, is empowerment. So notice the victimhood, and then just remind yourself you're not a victim, and you're going to come out the other side of this with more understanding and more awareness and better off. 13 ways that you can resource yourself with self-care in those challenging moments. And so as I'm saying them, just see what resonates and maybe commit yourself to doing 1 or 2 of these today, so that you support yourself in the process of processing your emotional low. A lot of these things will not be rocket science or new to you, but there's a very big difference between knowing something and actually doing it. And I mean, I can't tell you the number of times in an emotional low that all I've done is just lie on the couch and cry and be completely stuck in the thinking that's going along with the feeling. And that's not really the most effective way. The moment that I can do any one of these things, it just starts to move the emotion and allow it to move through much more quickly. So please try to just commit to 1 or 2 of these, and it's going to make a world of difference. Number 1 is to breathe. Any kind of deep breathing, conscious breathing, or even breath work. If that's your thing, that's a good one. Feeling the sensations and breathing. You can't go wrong with that. Number 2 is to meditate, quieting the mind and slowing down the thought patterns. There are some really great videos on this channel of guided meditations as well as how to meditate, so you can watch any one of those, and I'll put the playlist up there. Number 3 is to journal. Journaling all your feelings, write down everything you're thinking, you're feeling, and just get it out onto the page. If you do happen to have a copy of my book, Alchemy of Consciousness, one of my favorite journaling activities is in the chapter called Change, which has been really helpful for any time I'm going through a major transition, to just answer the prompts that are in this book. Number 4 is to move your body in any way. So going for a walk, doing some kind of exercise that feels nourishing to you, yoga, any type of movement, dance. Oftentimes it's the last thing that I will feel like doing when I'm in an emotional low, but it's also the absolute best thing when I do it. The 5th thing is nature. Being out in nature, in a place that just saturates you with the well-being of the plants and the elements in this world. There's nothing better than that. So try to go to somewhere where the elements just sort of overwhelm your senses, and help you get out of your own psyche for a little moment. That can be a huge relief. Number 6 is have a bath or get into water, even having a shower. Just swimming if you can. Just anything where you're in water is so healing. Number 7 is food and water. Make sure to focus on feeding yourself and getting yourself adequate hydration. Even just the act of self-care and letting your body know that you are, you have your own back and that you're going to take care of yourself during this time, that can be super comforting and reassuring. Plus, you actually need to eat. 8 is try to keep your environment clean as possible. I know sometimes when I'm in a low, I will let my environment get really messy, and that never really feels good. So as much as possible, keep things clean, try to take care of your environment. That's going to just help you keep your own self more clear and moving on as soon as possible. Number 9 is to feel. So whatever you are feeling, whether it's sad or angry or just heartbroken, like whatever the actual sensations are, bring your attention to the sensations and allow yourself to feel them. Cry if you need to cry. Feel how you feel. Sometimes it can be hard to stay present, especially when the feelings are really intense. And there is a very good process on this channel for clearing the pain body. So that's an experiential process that I guide you through, and I highly recommend it. Number 10 is to reach out and connect, talk with friends, confide in someone you love, and just feel connected and get support from others. It's going to feel very nourishing, and perhaps even provide an outside perspective that will be illuminating for you. Building on that one is to get actually professional help. So, reaching out and creating an appointment with a therapist or any kind of healing practitioner that can help you gain the insight and the wisdom from the experience that you need in order to process the emotion and move on. Use proven processes to help you process the emotion and gain the awareness. So you may have some favorite processes that you like to do, such as EFT or Byron Katie's The Work, or like I said, the process to clear your pain body. I certainly have some go-tos that I really like to use. And when you have a tool that you really like, just go ahead and use it, because that's what it's there for. That's when you need it the most. So yeah, feel free to comment below and share your favorite tools. That would be really helpful. And I would be curious to know what works for you. The final idea is just to take breaks. So if you if you just need a break from feeling and you've just been in this pain for too long, do something to distract yourself. So I am trying to drive the point across that it's not the healthiest to move into distractions or addictions when you are in the process of processing emotions. So, avoid drinking or overeating or doing drugs or anything that alters your consciousness, anything that numbs. But sometimes, like watching a funny movie or just watching something mindless that distracts you, even looking at social media, something like that gives you some relief from the intensity of feeling, that can be helpful and necessary at moments in order to survive and make it through to the other side. But I know from my own experience that there's always something good that comes from the low. So I guess, I don't know if it's number 13 or 14 at this point, but I would add to that is to create. So here I am creating something out of my own low, and oftentimes that's where we get our greatest wisdom and creativity. So what is it inside of you that's wanting to emerge? Just explore that and let it come through. I forgot an important one, which I believe wholeheartedly in, which is to rest and sleep. as much as you need. So rest is so rejuvenating and gives your consciousness a break from being in this individuated separate self. Okay, so now I'm going to channel for us from Council of Light an energy healing and a meditation, and we'll really just see what it is, what comes through. So go ahead and get comfortable, ideally with a long spine, and moving into more of a receptive state so that you can receive the energies. Make sure you have an inner yes to receiving a transmission now from the Council of Light, and then we'll go ahead. Closing your eyes. Dear One, let us saturate you and your presence with this energy of comfort, with understanding, compassion and love, energetic support, as you go into your depths and feel this pain, this unbearable pain that sometimes takes your breath away and makes you wonder if you can move through it. And we assure you that you can. We assure you that you have already done this many times and that you are strong and you are brave and you have the courage to feel, which is the greatest courage that any human can know. Many do not have the courage to feel. But even by virtue of the fact that you have found this video, there's proof already that you have the courage to feel, because you are feeling the depths of this pain. And there were other choices you could have made. You could have avoided feeling this depth. And yet here you are, and you are feeling it, and you are having that courage. You're already there. You're already doing what is required. And for that, we celebrate you and we give you great thanks, because you are one of the people who's bringing this consciousness that's wanting to come through right down into the body in an embodied format. Every time you do this, every time you come through a low, every time you presence that feeling of pain and stay with it until it transforms into something else, every single time you do that, you become more. You become stronger. You become more of a beacon of well-being. You become more well. You become a well of wisdom. You become well in terms of wellness, and the wellness and the wholeness of what you can offer, because you are whole and you are healed. And you become more skilled at this process, so that in the next time that it arises, that you are more resourced in the process itself. So we thank you, we congratulate you for being here. We encourage you to trust the process, trust yourself, trust that you are coming through the other side. Take the suggestions in this video and apply some of them, whatever resonates, whatever you can do easily right now. You only need to do one thing next. So let yourself move forward from this and take that one next step, which shows that you're loving enough to yourself, that you believe in the process, you believe in your own strength, that you can make it through. You are loved, you are cherished, you are a child of the universe, you are a child of God, you are beautiful, you are light, you are pure awareness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and that is all.